Good morning. I was waiting on some big red light to come on or something to happen to say, "Okay, you're live." Because on my phone when I go live on Facebook, it tells me that I'm live. So I was waiting to see what's up. So who's with me today? Who's with me? My God, man, it's Monday. Happy Monday to you. Glad you're with me. Glad you joined in. Man, it was a long weekend. Hi, Julie. Thanks for popping in this morning. It's good to have you. Good to have you in my humble abode. So, oh my God, it's been a busy 2 weeks, hasn't it? I don't think I barely caught my breath before we left out of town again. I don't think I did. I think today's running too. Today I gotta go take my husband to the doctor and do some stuff here and some stuff there. Need to go see my friend Kim. Just a lot of stuff to do. A lot of stuff to do. I got to go grab something. I haven't had any chance at all to really sit down and say hi because as soon as I got back from Springfield, watched my grandson for a few days. Well, 2 days. Dave took him one day. And then Wednesday, after mom and dad got home, down the lake we went. I enjoyed it though. I'm not complaining. I'll do it again in a heartbeat. Just jump up and go. That's what I like to do anyway. I don't ever have a plan. I mean, I might have an idea. Let me squeeze back in here. I might have an idea of something that might do, but a plan? No. There's not really a plan. Not in my world. So, my hats. I gotta show you the hats I bought down in Springfield. You know which one they are, Julie. Morning, Sheila. I used to make fun of people with pointed hats. Well, I didn't really make fun of them, but I just really saw no use in it. I got the hat. I got the hat. I love the eyeball pendant. Let me see if you can see it. There's an eyeball right here, and it looks really, really cool, like a dragon's eye. I am gonna change out the belt though, but I just, if I was to have a pointed hat, that's me. That's me. That's little sister style. This and my staff and my drum. I'm good. This one's going to a dear friend of mine though. This one's already got a home. Yeah. It's the hat. She's gonna put a different trim around it too, I think. But it just is fabulous. I love it. I think it's beautiful. Really well made, and it's a pocket. It's a pocket. The lady who made these hats, and she made them all by hand. These are all stitched on. They're well made. Sorry, I have to look and see what I'm looking at on there. Let me see. Oh yeah, they are thrift store or rummage sale reclaims. She took the leather and turned it into a hat. Amazing. Great idea. I know. I love that. Isn't that fun? Good morning, Freya. You can barely hear me. Well, I don't think I could get this thing any closer to my face. Turn up your microphone. I don't know. Let me see. Crap. Hey, but I have your messages. I've got Messenger or chat, whatever you want to call it. I have it on there. I can at least see what you're saying today. It's just you. Let me see if I can't turn it up anymore. My microphone is hidden behind an angel. Oh no, it's an owl. Oh, let me see here. I know how to do it. I need to turn it up here. Does that help? Let me turn it up some more. Now it's up all the way. Is that better? Can you hear me better? Maybe. Oh, shoot, you guys. I don't know how to work this stuff. You know that. You know that. I have a hard time just staying in line with what I'm supposed to do. All right. I turned my microphone on my audio input capture up all the way. See, I'm talking like I know what I'm talking about. I really don't. Did I tell you I got hit with a copyright strike? told you, I told you sooner or later I was going to get in trouble. Thank you guys. Thanks for telling me about that. At least I know where to go now to fix it. Let me think. I told y'all that I have to pimp out the products if I'm going to hold off, right? Must have been a video in which I did not hold up the box and pimp out Colette Baron Reed because I got a copyright strike against me. I'm shamed. So, just anytime I hold anything up, I do have to tell who did it, what they did it for, and how they did it. Speaking of which, I got to tell you guys a story. This happened to me down in Springfield. It was Sunday morning. Remember, Friday was it was a good day, but Saturday I had such a headache. I had such a bad headache. I was so sick that Saturday that really I could do nothing right. And my reading sucked. The only thing that I did well was the presentation. And then I just started doing Reiki, and I wasn't even trying to pull in spirit guides or make any sense of anything that anybody had to say because nothing was making sense. So I just started doing Reiki, and that went really, really well. That was much easier on me because I don't know, I just couldn't get past that. It just felt like there were bars of pain that were stifling me in spirit. So Sunday morning, I wanted to really clear and ground out the energy and start brand new again. I changed my whole table around, and that was terrible. So I changed my table around. I put a crystal grid together, and it was called the Healing Love Grid. You know what? Maybe I'll post up those pictures. And I also scattered the books, my cards, and things across the table, and just invited people to draw a card. You know, figured if they were drawn to my table, they could draw a card and wait if I was doing some Reiki on somebody else. So anyway, it was pretty cool. Turned out really interesting. Had some great conversations, met some really cool people by doing that. So I was grounding, and I put my pendulums around me at the four corners and greeted each one of them. I picked them up. I would pick them up and I'd hold them, and I'd say, "Good morning, Yoshashan. How are you doing today?" And the funniest thing, I did it with each one with English, Yoshashan, grandmother, Faye, each one of them I greeted individually with their pendulums to the morning sun, and it was really kind of nice because it was cleansing, and it was like just a really good breath of fresh air for both me and the pendulums. I know. This is not the interesting thing, though. When I got to Yoshashan, I held up both of her pendulums because I've been working with Yoshashan for a long time, a couple of years now. I held up both of her pendulums like this, just far away from each other. And I said, "Good morning, Yoshashan. Thank you so much for being with me." And this is what I got. I got one pendulum going up and down. Now she's not going to do it. This one was going side to side at the same time. Now you're going to do it. And so I was like, what? Well, now that's weird because they were just flat banging into each other. And I said, I took the pendulums and I held them apart like this. And I said, "Yoshashan, are you with me?" She said, "Yes, I'm with you." And I said, "Is this your pendulum?" She said, "Yes, this is my pendulum." And I said, "Well, why did you say no to this one?" And I said, Yoshushan, is this your pendulum? And she said, no. And I was like, what are you talking about? This isn't your pendulum. I've always used this pendulum with you. And she said, yes. But it still wasn't Yoshushan. And so I asked Yoshushan, I said, Yoshushan, do I have another guide? And she said, yes. I'm like, oh my God, you're kidding me. I have another guide? Is this a brand new guide? And she said, no. And I said, well, is this someone that's been with me longer than you? And she said, yes. So it's the funniest thing. This was what I thought was Yoshushan's pendulum the whole time. So I got to know another spirit guide that has been with me and has been working with me for a long time, yet I never recognized her energy. And so I asked her if she would tell me her name, and yes, she would love to tell me her name. And so I was sitting there and I started thinking about, well, what could your name be? Hi, Callisti. Hi, welcome. Man, it's going good. I hope you're doing well. Thanks for popping in. And so I started asking this pendulum to give me an idea of what her name might be, because I felt very strongly it was feminine. I knew she was feminine. Her energy was so strong. And so then I started doing this guessing game. Yes, I am. I'm definitely new to D Live, and I'm so glad that you popped in and say hi. So I asked her, I started guessing different names. And I mean, the guessing list got long, and and I said, finally, man, can you give me a sign? Can you show me what your name is? And she agreed. Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you very much for that welcome. So what happened was I went back into the event in Springfield. I went back into the event center. And I started looking at my cards. And the cards that this pendulum, this person, has always been, thank you, has always been drawn to, this energy is, ready? Dragon Fae. Sorry. Oracle of the Dragon Fae. And this is written by Lucy Cavendish. And when I first started doing this show on Facebook, I would do Friday night readings. I mean, I was doing shows all the time. And it got very, very difficult to keep up with the schedule with my dad. And my dad's energy started failing. And, it got to where I had to pay more attention to my dad's health and my family than to give so much energy on air. So when I got to the Dragon Fae, I knew that was her deck. It is so cool. This is so cool. I pulled 3 cards, and I put the one back in here. So this was the first card that I pulled. This is Anya and her dragon. I used to say Annie and her dragon because I couldn't figure out how else to pronounce it. It's a beautiful card. Absolutely a beautiful card. And I used to call her Annie and my dragon. But this is Anya. And so I looked it up. I looked this name up. And it turns out that she was Celtic and she was a human being. She was raised to goddess status, much like Bridget was human and raised to goddess status. And so I'm going to check that out later, Callisti. Thank you very much. Thank you. This is from Annie and the Guardian. Anya and the Guardian, her dragon, from the Oracle of the Dragon Fae by Lucy Cavendish. Here I stand, offering you the protection and safety of my guardian being, wanting you to know how very protected you truly are. Never need you fear again for those who have done you harm. This is over, and never again will disrespect and tyranny blight your path and light. Know that from this moment on, I stand with you, as does the magnificent moon dragon fay guardian, and together we say, you may live as you wish, you may love as you wish, you may worship as you wish. No longer will others who feel they know best have their way with you in spirit, in your heart, in your body, in your eternal soul. You are a radiant being of moonlit power, and the goddess, our mother, is overjoyed at your brilliance, your wit, your beauty, and your freedom. I repeat, you are safe, you are protected, you are divine, and all else is a lie. God, I got chills. I got chills on that. I really did. I mean, that's the most amazing thing I ever saw, as far as a direct answer to a question. I tell you, when you find cards, a deck of cards, whether they're oracle cards, whether they're tarot cards, whether they are those little calendars that give you inspirational messages every day, or those little, I don't know if you guys ever saw these or not, but they used to make these little bread baskets, look like a loaf of bread, and it was called your daily bread. And you would lift up or pull out a tab or something, and there was always a message on there. There was always inspiration, always lifted you up. It always made you look, and it was always appropriate, it seemed like. It was always appropriate. So I so encourage you, because they will talk to you through the cards. And I'm talking about your spirit guides. If you can't connect with them well with your pendulum, then it's time to find another way. Because I hear so many people that say, I really want to connect with my spirit guide. I want them to know that I'm here, and I want to hear what they have to say. I'm waiting. It is so much like when for a Christian, go to church, and what they talk about most of the time is your personal relationship with Jesus Christ. Your personal relationship with your spirit guide, with your guardian, with your God. It is very, very personal. Julie, if you are pulled to those archangel cards, then sit down with them. Some people say that you have to spend 3 days with them, and you keep them with you everywhere you go. Put them in your bra pocket, stick them in your purse, put them in your butt pocket, stick them under your pillow at night when you go to bed, because you can't be without them for 3 days to integrate your energies together. That's a load of crap. That's a load of crap. You don't have to do all of that. All you really have to do is hold the cards. Just hold them. And you'll know whether or not they're right for you. Then just ask a question. Ask a question, any question at all. It can be, and the cool thing about the cards are that the cards are more of a conversation with spirit. This is a yes and no answer. This is direct information. This is a quick answer. It doesn't solve the problems. Doesn't give you a hint of where you are, but it does. Oh, hang on. It does answer, it does allow you to, if you don't feel like you had a full answer, draw another card, but just draw 3. And I'm talking more on your oracle cards and the inspirational cards, because Julie said she was definitely drawn to them, just want to make sure that you can use them. Oh, you know what? Should use them. If you're drawn to them, you should use them, yes. absolutely you should use them. And mainly it's because that will be your way of getting a more fulfilling answer from your spirit guide, a more deep answer. So, and more complete, definitely more complete. So anyway, I encourage you, Julie, and I encourage all of you that if you don't feel like you're getting a good enough answer from your pendulums, if you don't feel like you are, if you feel like you're sitting there asking too many questions, or you're asking the same thing over and over again, or you're not getting enough clarity, you have to put your mind at ease when you start using your pendulum. You really do. You have to relax, and you have to allow the energy to flow. You can't make it flow. Sometimes my wrist jerks. And it'll look like I'm trying to move the pendulum, but the truth is my muscles are getting tired from holding that pendulum up so long. My arms get tired, man, especially when I'm clearing energy. It's amazing how much energy flows if you allow it to, but you just can't put any thought to it. When you ask your question, you have to ask your question and then let the question go. You speak it out loud. You don't hold it in your mind. And so as you are working with your pendulums, as you're holding them, I always tell people to make that gun. Drape that pendulum over it and pinch it together and complete the circuit. There is a circuit of energy. There's circuit of energy throughout our whole body. If you look at the left side and the right side, one side is your positive, the other side is your negative. One side grounds you while the other side pulls in the energy and cleanses it through. Pushes up this beautiful white light. Pushes all that black, gooky, stuffy stuff out and down your left leg into the ground. So always, if you're not completing a circuit, completing a circle, if you're not completing it, you're not going to get a clear answer. You're really not. And that's in so many things that you do. So you ask your question out loud. And then you just close your eyes, or you just look at the stone. You watch the movement of it, and you start to understand what the movements mean. Right now, she's waiting on me to ask her a question. And she'll spin, and she'll spin, and she'll spin until I finally ask her the question or put it down. So, Julie says hers pulls her arm everywhere. Michael. So we do all of us, and I'm asking Anya, thank you and welcome. Do all of us have an archangel that stays with us, that guards us? No? Do most people have? Most people do, but not everybody. All right. That's interesting. I wonder why somebody would not have an archangel. Do they have a higher being? Usually if they don't have an archangel that protects them, is there a higher being that protects them? No? Does it mean that they are just not at that point where they need archangel protection? Man, I don't know about you guys, but I would think I'd need that archangel around me all the time. You know what? Something else that I realized, and I think that Anya is the one that put this into my mind, put this thought there. Yesterday, my husband and I decided to just go to the casino for a little while, because that's his way of relaxing. He loves to go to the casino, and we just sit and play games, and we play the penny machines. We don't sit there and gamble away millions of dollars. Oh, we do. I'd like to see it. You really can't lie whenever you have a pendulum on you. Just saying. But what I did was, before we left, I asked my guides, I said, I think we're going to go to the casino for a little while. And they said, yes, you probably are. It's your intention. And I said, well, if we're going to go, why don't you help us? Just let me dip my feet into the river of luck for a little while. And so they said, yeah, okay, do that, and pull down that abundance. Because like I said, to me, they look like rivers of energies. Rivers or streams of energy. And there's different energies. There's healing energy. There's the river of healing love. And that's what I keep hearing it called. So that must be what its name is. There's the river of luck. There's a river of prosperity. There's a river of this, river of that. And so in the past, I've always been kind of demanding, all right, I'm going to dip in and reach it up and grab it into that river of luck and abundance and prosperity. I want it all, I would demand it. And something happened yesterday when I was wanting to dip into that river of luck, because I don't ever ask to go there and make a whole bunch of money. I really don't. I ask if I have $50 to go to the casino for a little while to make it last, and let's have a good time. But if I'm dipping into the river of luck, I want to be able to bring that back home with me. I don't want to spend any money that wasn't money that was house money. That's what we call it, house money. Still got our money and house money, so we play on house money. So that's what I ask for. I ask to go and have fun, but not really spend any money, and that's usually what we do. But I have learned that there are guardians. There are guardians of those rivers, and why wouldn't there be? Why wouldn't there be a guardian? I mean, that's something that's precious energy, isn't it? And so that came to me very, very clearly. You can't just go and demand anything. You have to ask the guardians. So keep that in mind. Just try it out. If you're wanting to change your luck, envision that river of luck. Envision that river of prosperity, or the river of healing love. See those rivers in your mind and what colors they are. Healing is associated with your heart chakra. That river is going to be green, right? I think luck is associated, I really think luck is associated with the solar plexus, but I'm not sure. I never really thought about it that far as the chakra energies go. But it just kind of makes sense that the colors of the energies would correspond with our chakra energy colors. So, just something to think about. Something to think about. So Julie said it actually scared her whenever they told her what yes and no was. Yeah, you know what? She said, I don't realize how much fear I had. That is, I think it is the biggest weapon that can be used against us is our fear. And the truth about fear, Julie, the truth about fear is we make it up as we go along. We base our future expectations on events that happened in our past instead of allowing for no preconceived way it's going to turn out, turn of events. No preconceived turn of events. I like that. That'd be something written down on a piece of paper in a book. When you asked which angel was with you, Oh, I told you, Michael scared you, huh? Well, he's kind of the big bad boy. Michael, he's about as top as you get. It would startle me, I think. It would startle me. I'm sorry. I keep messing up here. I'm kind of sketchy today. I think my new D Live watcher kind of sketched me out with all the stuff he was putting up there, because I like to glance over and get a quick read and then keep going on. So I'll go back and read those, Callisti. I really will. I'll go back and read those so that I know what I can do and what I can't do on D Live, because I really don't have that welcome letter. I don't think I ever got one, so thank you for that. Oh, goodness sakes. So, Anya, the newest member of my troop. I encourage you guys to find ways to connect with your spirit guides, because really, they help a lot with fear. Just like Julie said, Michael helps her with fear. Your spirit guides do too, because they don't want us to walk around in fear. When we are in fear, you remember that fight or flight mode? When we are in a state of fear, we're in a state of panic, and we're not paying attention to the signs around us. We're not paying attention to the road maps. We're not paying attention to anything except get away, run, 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 run. And you run into walls. And you run into the same arms that you're trying to run away from, because you're not looking ahead. You're not paying attention. Our spirit guides help calm our fears by showing us that really there is not anything to be afraid of. When we're striving to be a light worker or to continue to walk our path, which is being a light worker, you don't have to do anything great. You don't have to be a healer. You don't have to be a world famous psychic to do great things. And a light worker is simply somebody who is seeking his own path, true path. Being where you're supposed to be, doing what you're supposed to do. And it can be so simple. That's something that so many people beat themselves up about. They want to know, what am I going to be in my life? What am I supposed to do? How am I going to know when I got it done? And maybe your path was to be your mother's daughter, and to be that daughter that your mother always wanted. Maybe that was your path. It was that simple. I'm sorry, I get little cartoons going in my head. That was kind of cute. Absolutely live in the now. Julie, that's right. Live in the now. And allow yourself to see where you're going. And get out of the chaos. Get out of the disarray. Get out of the nonsense. A lot of times when we live in chaos, we are running. We're in that panic mode. We're in that flight mode. And it takes a lot when you're living in chaos to settle down and look around you and find where your feet truly are grounded to. But you really have to make a conscious effort. You can't just I don't know. It doesn't just happen. You have to make an effort. And if you have people in your life who are telling you that your life is in chaos or disarray, or however they put it, whatever words they use, because not everybody in your life is kind. Not everybody in your life is looking for your highest and greatest good. But if you're screwing up, everybody in your life is going to tell you about it. The ones that love you will anyway. And so just hear what they have to say. because maybe they're trying to help point you in the right direction and allow you. They're not trying to tell you what to do with your life as much as they're saying, hey, you need to look over this way and stop looking that way. That's all. That's all it is. Not everybody's against us. And sometimes even our adversaries, the ones who just make our life a living hell, sometimes even they are trying to point us in a different direction. If you have to leave an area to get away from an adversary, friggin' leave that area. Let them have it. There's so much more out there for you. So much more. Why do you want to be stuck with that little bitty piece when you can have a whole slice? Right? Yeah. So what are we talking about today? We're talking about getting to know our spirit guides again, because it's so important to them. It is so important to them that we learn how to communicate with them. And if we're not able to do it with the pendulum, if we need that clearer picture, then go to the cards. Start working on the cards. Ooh, I heard that. I heard that loud and clear. Start working on the cards. See, I'm not drawing cards this morning because I need to see what D-Live's rules are. I really do. And, it's because I don't want any copyright strikes. I know I giggled about it, but it's the first time I've been doing this for 2 years, and that's the first time I've ever gotten a copyright strike. So I need to look a little bit more closely at the other platform rules that I'm on, so I can know what I can and cannot do. And also, I really am being pushed to start writing cards. Just start doing the cards. I've got titles over here for the names of each card, and I know that I'm supposed to come up with, I think 57, I think is what they said. 57. I don't know why I think that. Is 57 right? I have to ask. Anya, is 57 cards the number that you want me to write? Yeah? Okay. So, and I mean, when I say I've been pushed, excuse me, I mean, I have, making all sorts of messes today. I've really been, I get pieces of paper like this, just note paper, list paper. Love making a list. And so right now what I've got is just believe, faithfully, peace of mind, empty, collect, stand, stay, calm, center, balance, peaceful. And then I have another list. Somewhere else that's longer than that of different titles to each one of the cards. And so I am absolutely supposed to start working on that yesterday. And the reason why I know that is not only because I hear them clear as a bell, but because of little things that I say, like, what did I just say? Start writing the cards, or start working the cards, or start doing the cards. If you can't connect with the pendulum, then start using the cards. And so whatever it was that I said triggered me to start writing the cards. So hopefully we'll get that done soon. Pam said her son is named after Michael. That's fabulous. Good morning, Pam. I'm so glad to have you here on this beautiful Monday morning. I'm sleepy again. I want to go back to bed. Man, I tell you what, it was a busy nonstop past 12 days. It just hasn't stopped. But I feel good, and I feel really, really good today. Got some sun Saturday. Saturday was the only day that we were able to actually get out on the lake. And, I tell you, just the flooding down there is devastating. And it's probably dropped about 10 feet from its highest point. And its highest point was maybe one foot from going over the road, over the dam. I mean, it was 1 foot away from going over the dam. And that's no joke. It really was. And they got a crap ton of rain across Kansas and coming down from Missouri, Iowa, Nebraska. There's so much rain up there. And all those little rivers and tributaries dump into the Osage River and the Kaw and the Missouri. They all flow on down. And that's what fills the Truman Reservoir and then goes into the Ozarks. And so we get water from a lot of different sources in several different states. And they expect the water to start rising again. They don't even expect to see the beach this season at all. They don't even believe in that it's going to happen because the water is so high. It just absolutely floors me. And I knew that it was, because you could see different pockets when you're driving along the road, but that's when you're driving along the road. I didn't really truly appreciate how much and how severe the flooding is until I got out on the water. And it's that dam, my God, that dam is putting out 50,000 cubic feet of water per second. 50,000 cubic feet of water per second is coming out of that dam. And they can't let it out any faster. They just have to maintain balance. So, speaking of balance, I think I'm going to start doing a class with Sarah and Misty. I think we're going to do once a week a meditation evening at Midtown Cava. So I'm so looking forward to that. I'll give you more details on that later. I am looking forward to that, though. Got a lot of stuff coming up. I got a lot of stuff going on. A lot of change going on. So bear with me and stick with me, and we'll just go through this change of life together, okay? I happily share my hot flashes with you. All right, Callisti, I am going to check out the D Live at Discord and see what's on there. I'm really curious. I know that I looked at everything one time because I started going to YouTube, D Live, Periscope, Facebook, and I tell you what, it was very confusing because I read them all at the same time as I was hooking them up. I'd go to D Live, I'd read everything there, and then I'd connect it, get my account going. But most of these places I already had an account at, I just never used it. And so now I'm having to learn how to be more social on social media. And that can be really hard. It's super time consuming. I didn't realize how much time it takes. Maybe that's why I never did it, because I never wanted to take the time to do it. But watch me go. Speaking of going, I think I'm going to get off of here. Go take care of my puppies. I got to get my husband ready to go to the doctor's. He's got an appointment we have to leave for here real soon. So, Callisti, thank you so much for all of your help and all of your encouragement and your links. I will check those out. I hope that you all have an exceedingly gorgeous day no matter where you are. I hope your sun shines a little bit for you. I hope it shines bright, though, when it does. I wish you peace. And above all else, I really do wish you more of all of the good things, all the good stuff. I wish you so much more. You have a great day too, Sheila. Thanks so much for popping in with me. Thanks for joining. And I'll see you guys later. Bye, Pam. Love you all. Bye, guys.